Right, for this background, it is going to be a reflection. So we are going to focus on working in the middle, then we're going to be doing whatever we do on top, kind of like the same we're doing on bottom. So we're going to need some yellow, an orange, this bright pink, and then a purple. Okay, and then we will need some black. Okay, so we're going to start with the yellow. If you ever don't know what color it is, test it on the side of your paper on the little tape. That way you know what it is. We're going to do yellow kind of all the way in our middle section. So I am going to just go side to side, kind of like scribbling, and make sure it's nicely kind of filled in. You don't have to press super, super hard. This looks perfect. If you are going like this will not work. You can't have all this white spots. So make sure you're filling it in, kind of pressing it at like medium. And I always go side to side because I go really fast coloring that way. It's like up and down, up and down. So a nice chunk of yellow in kind of the middle of your paper. Making mine a little bit bigger. All right, then this is going to be like our horizon line. So where like the water will meet the sky. Now I am going to go with my orange and go right on top of my yellow, and my tip is coming off. So I'm just going to use that to color. And make sure you overlap. So I'm coloring right on top of the yellow just a little bit, and still doing that scribbling. If I use just like the tip, the point of it, and I'm coloring, it's gonna take a long time. I always use the sides and it goes faster. Then we're gonna do the same right below. So I'm gonna do my orange right below. All right, and making sure I fill in all my white spots. Then what I'm going to do is go to my pink. Most of my paper is going to end up being pink, so I'm going to fill a lot of it with pink. The rest of it, actually. So make sure you overlap it a little bit and fill in the whole sky with pink. So make sure you overlap it onto this orange and fill your whole paper. All right, don't forget about your white spots. I have lots of white spots kind of at the top here. Okay, make sure you have no huge white spots of paper. Okay, once it's all filled in, I still want to use some of my purple, make it a little darker in the pink. So with my purple, I'm just going to go over parts of it, adding a little bit of like little sketches and patches of purple. Just going to add a little bit and try and do like the same where it is on the bottom in the pink. Alrighty. Then I am ready to blend. So I'm going to grab my paintbrush and my water, and I'm going to dip my paintbrush in the water and start with the yellow. So I'm going to work from the yellow, then I'm going to go to the oranges, then I'll go to the pink. Okay, so we're going to go in the yellow, go from side to side. And you'll notice it'll start to blend together. All the little spaces of white will now be filled in. So make sure you get all the way to the sides of your paper. You can just color right over the tape. And we're gonna go, I'm gonna get more water. Whenever it's hard to like tug or paint your paper and it kind of tugs on the paper, it gets a little bit more water. And go right to your orange. All right, then I'm gonna lift up my brush and then go to the orange right here. So I'm not gonna go over my yellow again because then I'll get the yellow dirty. All right, now that I got my orange, I need some more water, and now I'm gonna do the pinks. So I'm gonna start up here, and I'm gonna move down to the pink section. So start pinks, going side to side. This pink blends really nicely. Okay, you can see my little purple. My purple is not blending as nicely, but oh well. And then we're gonna go to the pinks on the bottom. All right. So now that I got that, I'm gonna clean off my brush and I'm gonna add black. So in the middle of my yellow, I'm gonna add a black line. And then I am gonna be adding like a little bit of trees. So I'm gonna be doing tiny little, like almost like grass. And it's gonna look kind of like trees. So tiny little bit. All right. Then in the water side, I'm gonna do it just a little bit, but I'm gonna go side to side, and I'm not going to cover everything perfect. So side to side a little bit. Just leaving a little bit of white space. Okay. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of land down at the way bottom. So I'm gonna add some land with my black. I'm gonna fill that in. All right, with my black in the land, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend it. So I'm gonna get my water and I'm just gonna blend the black down here. You can also choose to use paint for this land down here if you don't like it, or you can just press really hard. You can still see my pink coming through, but that's kind of okay. All right, then we're gonna do one more step to make it look a little bit more like water. I'm gonna take a white, I forgot to tell you white, and we're gonna add some white lines in the colors, just in the bottom, just in the water. So add some white lines. Okay, if you want, you can either just use your finger to blend them in, and it'll make it a little bit softer. And not so harsh. Or if you don't want to get your finger dirty, clean off your brush and you can use your paintbrush. Okay, and then now your silhouette that you choose, it would go on your land way down here. So you would choose what you want. So then I would place it, oops, make sure it's on this land. And then I have my water in the background and my trees. I could always add more trees or taller trees if I wanted to. So maybe some taller trees. It's kind of up to you. And then that's where it would go, is on this land. If I need to make this land a little bit bigger, like right now the paw is kind of off, then I just recolor right over top with the black. So maybe I need a little bit more land right here. Woo! Okay. So make sure whatever you choose goes on the land down here.